loved the book. I liked that it talked about, you know, living life to the fullest and the impact we leave behind, and sometimes we don't get to choose who will affect in the end, but we can choose who will impact us.
Like, I have many thoughts about the book, or about the scenes in the book, but I don't really know what to make out of as the book as a whole.
I liked it. I think it was a better pick than Zaytoon.
I loved it. It was like kind of sad at the end, but it was a really good book.
I thought it was really good, actually.
It was like the best book I'd ever read, seriously. I thought it was so good.
To be honest, I didn't really like it. I felt like the characters were very unrealistically portrayed.
I really liked the book. I thought it was written really well, and like I love how the characters, like, their voice were really mature even though they were teenagers.
It was okay. I didn't like it too much. It was kind of predictable.
It's just like one of those books that from the start
It hooks you in.
just were hooked, and all the way through the book. Like when I started reading it, I couldn't put it down.
Yeah, I read it in like 2 days, and while I was on vacation.
I liked how it had kind of like the author and within the book kind of thing. It's cool. I thought that Gus was a really interesting kind of character, and I want to just contradict the argument that people say about Hazel Grace being not interesting or like not having a character. She's really smart and like really mature for her age, which is definitely a defining feature. She's not just a girl that likes a book a lot. Yeah, I thought it was really good.
What will they say after I'm gone? Is there something wrong with just being me? Why must I make a legacy that only leaves a scar? I want the grace to believe there's no fault in our stars.
So let me ask you a question, students about to return to school. How fracking psyched are you for the end of summer? How psyched are you to have the opportunity to learn about the universe and its inhabitants for several hours a day at no cost to you? The answer, of course, is that if you're anything like I was, you're not psyched at all. I mean, A, you might be a bit of a social outcast. I know I was. I never really learned how to shave, and that's fine now, but back then when I had like the Sony My First Mustache, it was just a disaster. And B, you may often feel like your studies are mind-numbing instead of mind-stimulating. Like, who wants to read The Taming of the Shrew? You basically have to translate it from Shakespeare into English, which is ridiculous because there is already an excellent filmic translation available in the form of 10 Things I Hate About You. So if you're anything like me, you're gonna spend a lot of time whining that 1, none of this will ever be useful in your real life, and 2, your teachers are stupid, and 3, math is really hard and you'll never understand it, ditto physics, history is boring, French is just an endless series of je ne sais pas, literature is an impossible hunt for symbols, and physical education is an oxymoron. Well, here's the thing, when you watch the Curiosity rover land, it is far more moving and exciting if you understand the physics and the math math, and the history behind that moment. French is useful because the French do speak English, but they pretend not to. And it's not only literature that's symbolic, all communication among people is symbolic, as is consciousness itself. And physical education is not an oxymoron because your body is not born knowing how to do this. But yes, your teachers may be stupid. So are you. So am I. So is everyone except Neil deGrasse Tyson. The whole pleasure of being a human is in being stupid, but learning to be less stupid together. But more important than all of that, you need to remember that school is not about you. School doesn't exist for your benefit or for the benefit of your parents. Schools exist for the benefit of me. The reason I pay taxes for schools, even though I don't have a kid in school, is that I am better off in a well-educated world. Public education isn't a charity project. I pay for your schools because I want you to grow up and make my life better. I want you to make me beautiful books that will bring me pleasure and consolation. I want you to make me cooler cars for me to drive and drugs so that I can live a longer, healthier life. I'm paying for your education in the hopes that you'll invent a microwave pizza with actually crispy crust and that you'll spread the availability of the internet so I can get more YouTube views in Zambia. Your education isn't just about you. Your nation is making an investment in you because they believe that you are worth it. So the next time you're like half asleep in class, fantasizing about being a kid chosen for a special mission or wizard school or whatever, please remember something. You are special, and you've been chosen for a special mission that was denied to 99.9% of all humans ever. We need you. We believe in you. And we're counting on you. Best wishes, John Green.
I've been stumbling on good hearts turned to stone. The road of good intentions is gone dry as a bone. We take care of our own.
And we basically work on projects every year. For example, we cook for a soup kitchen every month, and we fundraise to buy the food for the soup kitchen. Not only do we do that, we also hold an annual blood drive. And we have some fundraisers, depending on what the Community Service Club members want to fundraise for.
And if somebody wanted to get involved with the Community Service Club, what would they do?
Well, they could come and see me, and we have a mail list. So maybe 2 to 3 times a month, kids will get emails from me announcing upcoming events and activities.
Especially in a school that like has so many different things and people doing different things where you could never connect with someone on something. I think that all reading one book, especially a good book like A Fault in Our Stars, is kind of really beneficial to like growing the Newton South community as a whole.